Did you know that nearly 75% of people in the United States are deficient in magnesium? Magnesium is responsible for over 300 enzymatic factors in the body and is absolutely needed for several different functions, okay? I mean, there are several different areas of health that if you are feeling fatigued, lack of sleep, chronic illnesses with your gut health, all of that could be related to deficiencies in magnesium, which we are just not getting in our foods these days. And we're going to talk about 3 reasons why that is. And we're going to talk through different forms of magnesium that you might want to care about, because sometimes we learn even on like TikTok that you should take magnesium. You go out, you buy a magnesium supplement, and it's like, well, is it working? Is it even the right form that you should be taking? So let's do a deep dive on magnesium, why you would care, and how we can get you the right amount of magnesium and the right forms that you need, okay? I'm Troy Rice, integrative medicine practitioner, naturopath, trained in several different disciplines, including functional medicine labs, functional breathing, and brain health. And I'm excited to give you this deep dive on magnesium to really help you understand how you can optimize this miracle mineral in the body in the best way. So let's dig in. So first of all, the first thing that you might care about is 2 important ratios, okay? The first one is calcium to magnesium. You're looking for a ratio of 7-1. The next one is sodium to magnesium, and that is 4-1. And so you're probably sitting there thinking, well, how do I know if I have 7-1 or 4-1? Well, you can get testing done, and there's a simple hair sample test you can get done called Minerals and Metals. It'll actually arrive to your house. You can get it done in your own time, mail it in for results, and then go through those results with a practitioner like myself. Such a simple, easy test. It'll tell you your full mineral panel, all your mineral ratios, and even your heavy metal toxic panel, okay? Otherwise, you can use apps like LifeSum or MyFitnessPal or things like that that have a micro and a macronutrient profile that slowly start to tell you how much magnesium and other nutrients you have in your body to balance that out. But the best way is to test, and I provide that link below. But let's talk about how fascinating magnesium really is, okay? So check out these roles of magnesium in the body. Again, it's responsible for 300 enzymatic factors. It regulates diverse biochemical reactions, including protein synthesis, muscle and nerve function, blood glucose control, blood pressure regulation. It's required for energy production, oxidative phosphorylation, and glycolysis. And then listen to this, okay? Contributes to the structural development of bone and is required for synthesis of DNA and RNA, and the antioxidant glutathione, which is usually processed through the liver to help you get rid of toxins and byproducts throughout your various different detox pathways. It also plays a role in transporting calcium and potassium ions, okay? And it's responsible for nerve impulse conductions, muscle contractions, and normal heart rhythm, okay? So why do we all of a sudden need more magnesium in our life? I'm sure that you've probably seen the plethora of magnesium videos all over social media, TikTok, telling you that you need magnesium. And a lot of them have a lot of truth in it, okay? But why? Like, why all of a sudden are we so deficient in magnesium? And what are 3 primary reasons that we can dig into here to understand further? So the first one, overconsumption of highly refined foods, okay? A lot of these highly refined foods, like your fast foods or, burgers and fries and pizzas and things like that, that are not coming from a good source. They're cooked in refined oils, right? Maybe they have a lot of sugar contents or chemicals in them. These have almost no nutrient profiles in it, and they deplete magnesium and other minerals in the body because it takes your liver and other processes to be able to digest that. It takes certain minerals to uptake and push those things out. And so magnesium is absolutely one of those. So not only are you not getting it in the food, you are needing to use all of your magnesium to get those processes out, okay? The second one is soil erosions, fertilizers, pesticides, herbicides, and insecticides, okay? So we started the application of all of these different things with our crops. And as such, we've depleted things like magnesium, sodium, potassium, calcium in our soils, okay? There are a lot of farmers out there that are doing a lot more regenerative practices, starting to give back to the soil, even putting things back in like nitrogen and phosphorus. But magnesium still is missing. So if it's missing in the soil, you guessed it, it's probably missing even in your foods, okay? The third one, heavy metals. They're showing up everywhere, right? They're in the foods that we eat. They're in our water. They're in the environments that we work in our walls. They're in the cosmetics that we use, right? Your shampoos, your soaps, your conditioners, your laundry detergents, your dishwasher pods, like everything, okay? And we're accumulating in the body. It can be aluminum, lead, cadmium, mercury, and those things just bind inside our fat tissues because that's where we store them, and it can cause havoc. It can start to show up with deficiencies. We start utilizing more minerals to try and push them out. And so making sure that you are detoxing the body of heavy metals is absolutely critical because they are depleting your minerals as well. So what are some signs and symptoms of deficiencies in magnesium? And I want to cover this from a couple different angles, okay? One, signs of deficiencies: anxiety, fast heart rate, fast oxidation rate, which means your ability to digest food and to metabolize things is really fast and ramped up, okay? A high blood pressure, irregular heartbeat, tissue calcification, seizures, muscle spasms, muscle cramps, kidney stones, and irritability. But how about signs of excess? What if you have too much? So let's say like you are eating great foods and you're taking a ton of supplements, like you're taking a multivitamin that has magnesium, you're taking a full spectrum magnesium, and maybe you're taking another adaptogenic herb supplement that also has a little form of magnesium in it. Well, you could be creating excess in the body as well. So what are some signs of that? Confusion, depression, diarrhea, fatigue, lethargy, low blood pressure, muscle weakness, and slow oxidation rate. So those are two different things to kind of pay attention to. But here's one consideration as well, and that is who is most at risk for having magnesium deficiency and or seeing health problems stem from having magnesium deficiencies, okay? And that is those with gastrointestinal diseases like Crohn's, celiac, regional enteritis, okay? Type 2 diabetes, maybe even insulin resistance, okay? Alcohol dependence. When we have that in the body and the liver needs to work on pushing those byproducts out from the toxins of the alcohol, it will uptake magnesium to do that so it can actually deplete most of it in the body. And then the elderly are actually most susceptible at risk here. And the reason is gut and renal deficiencies, because as we age, our ability to maintain excellent gut health and colon health and intestinal health kind of diminishes because of degradation of our cellular health, maybe even our mitochondrial levels. And there are absolutely things that you can do. I actually teach anti-aging longevity, so if that's an interest to you, I'd love to share more. Please reach out. But to slow that process down, because it can absolutely deplete things like magnesium in the body, okay? So how much do you need? So the recommended daily allowance of magnesium for age 19 through 30 is 310 milligrams for women, 400 milligrams for men, and age 31 and older, it's 320 milligrams for women and 420 for men. Just keep in mind that that is the baseline, right? And so that's assuming a perfect world. You're not stressed out, you don't have any chronic illnesses, you're eating the right diet, you're getting the right amount of magnesium, and you're using it properly in the body. So I would highly encourage you to maybe even test your ratios, see how you're feeling. You might need more than that, okay? But here are a couple things to consider to take with magnesium that work synergistically. Vitamin D, okay? Lactic acid, proteins and amino acids, and I've done several videos on the 9 essential and 11 non-essential amino acids that you need in the body, and so I encourage you to check that out. Potassium and B vitamins, okay? So making sure you're uptaking in all those because they synergistically work with magnesium. But let's get into the fun part here. So if you were told through social media or somebody to take magnesium, you went out and let's say you got the cheapest version on Amazon, or you went to the grocery store and you got it, or even you got a good sourced one, but you are not really sure if it's working for A, your right optimal ratios in the body, or B, the health goal that you're hoping for, because there are many forms of magnesium that have been clinically proven to help out with different functional areas of the body. So let's dig into that now, okay? So the first one is threonate, okay? So it has high bioavailability, it helps with cognition and memory support, and it increases brain magnesium levels. So if you see an issue with your brain health, maybe early onset signs of Alzheimer's or mild cognitive impairment, maybe you want the threonate, okay? Malate, high bioavailability, binds to metals. So again, if you have any heavy metals in the body, you might want magnesium malate, okay? Improves energy production and helps with fatigue, okay? Magnesium citrate, high bioavailability, helps with constipation. And anytime I see bioavailability or like good bioavailability or low, that means your ability of your body to uptake it, synthesize it, and use it in the body. And that's what you want, okay? Magnesium glycinate, good bioavailability, relaxes muscles, easily to absorb, no laxative effects. Magnesium chloride, good availability, best for digestion health, okay? Supports normal blood glucose and can be a laxative as well. Magnesium taurate, good bioavailability, supports the heart and supports blood pressure. So if you're struggling with any type of cardiovascular problems, heart palpitations, things like that, maybe even arterial health or high blood pressure, you might want to consider magnesium taurate, okay? Magnesium orotate, good bioavailability, supports the heart as well. Lactate, good bioavailability, helps with digestive health. Magnesium sulfate helps with muscle soreness, offers antioxidant effects. It's also often used as the form of Epsom salt baths, right, which are amazing. I would encourage you to put that into your detox routine. And then also consider things like, since we're talking about it, dry brushing is amazing, coffee enemas if you want to go to that length, or you can do things like functional medicine detoxes and cleanses. And then also magnesium sulfate can cause diarrhea, and that's because it's working to relax the body. So be careful, like how much you take, and if you have diarrhea, well, then you know you're taking a little bit too much probably. Magnesium gluconate, chelated with gluconic acid, supports the heart again, and is a less laxative effect. Magnesium oxide, low bioavailability, and this is often a form that you find, and including the next one we'll talk about, in cheap products that you might find on Amazon. And I'm not going to call out these companies, but usually on your grocery store shelves too, and they're very cheap, but it has a low bioavailability that helps with constipation potentially, and it's really not the best form to take, just to be honest with you. So if your bottle says that, pull it out and check it out. You might not want that. It might not be driving much results for you, okay? Magnesium carbonate, low solubility, low absorption, and it's used as an antacid. Does it sound like something that you really want? Probably not, okay? So grab your bottle and take a look. And I've also linked up trusted source supplements that I trust, that I recommend. If you're looking for a magnesium supplement, it's a full spectrum one, so it has several different forms in it, all great and high bioavailability, okay? The next thing I want to share is inside this guide, I have mineral balancing with food guide. So what are things that you can eat that are high in magnesium and all the different cofactors and other minerals, okay? So like for magnesium, almonds, Brazil nuts, cashews, soybeans, parsnips, oats, buckwheat, wheat bran, other certain grains. And of course, you could always look for gluten-free if you need to. Dark chocolate, cacao is great, molasses, brewers, yeast, and kelp are all great. And then this list has every mineral in it. So if you're looking for things to help balance potassium, sodium, calcium, iron, copper, manganese, and more, please access this guide and you'll get all of that. And then just like we end every training, what we do here at Rice Wellness Center is help people craft their personalized wellness suit. And that basically means you're not chasing health anymore. I mean, how many times are there quick fixes, biohacks, and all that you learn through the internet or maybe somebody else, and you try them and maybe you get a result and maybe you don't. But they're always promising like this quick fix, right? And you know that life is not about quick fixes, especially if you are in a state of chronic illness, okay? It really takes digging into the root cause and drafting a plan that is personalized to you. And so that's what we help people do. We discover their old you or their current state, how they got to that, root causes that got them to that, deficiencies, and we can leverage functional medicine testing to do that. And then we help them build a customized wellness suit that they can live in the rest of their life to deserve the health and wellness that they are meant to live in. They're not meant to live on medications. You're not meant to go to your doctor and get a new medication every week because you have high blood pressure this week, type 2 diabetes or early prediabetes state or thyroid health. You can reverse all of that, okay? And I want to help you, and our team wants to help you do that. So if you're ready to dig in and do that for your health and your personalized wellness suit, let's try that together. Let's get you to where you need to be around several foundational lifestyle factors. So thanks for enjoying this training on magnesium. Look out for deep dives on other minerals as promised so that you can understand why you might need them, how they work in the body, the right forms you should consider, and how you could build a plan with that, either a personalized wellness plan or even using something like a food guide so that you can build your own nutrition plan yourself. So again, thanks for watching, and I appreciate everyone that's engaged in this channel and provided their feedback, and I'll see you next week.